something to offer everybody, whether it's products, free or discounted products, whether it's some pocket money, a part-time wage, a full-time wage, a corporate wage, or a multi-million-dollar business opportunity. Arbonne can actually be any one of those things to any one of you on the call tonight. So it's your job to just sit back, listen. I would say have an open mind. This certainly wasn't what I thought that I would be doing 3.5 years ago. So listen with an open mind. You might get what you came for. You might be pleasantly surprised and get more than you've asked for. And if you've got any questions, I'm going to share a brief business presentation with you. If you've got any questions, jot them down because we'll have the opportunity to ask them at the end. If you have a look down the bottom, there's a chat function on Zoom. Feel free to type anything in there and I'll go through at the end and answer the questions, or I can unmute you at the end and we can have a chat. So nothing's off limits. If you're a guest, this is your opportunity to get enough information to make a really well-informed decision about how this could potentially be a fit for you. So a little bit about my background, I guess, and why I'm running an Arbonne business. I actually have had a very successful policing career here in Victoria, in Melbourne, for the last 17 years, and I've been lucky enough to just work part-time with detectives as an analyst for the last 10 years, and I've done that around my family. I'm also a mum of two. So a couple of years ago, my youngest daughter was starting primary school. I was actually considering going back to work full-time, but realised really quickly that I couldn't fit an 8-hour work day into a 6-hour school day. So for me to earn just a little bit more money from my day job, I'd have to trade a whole lot of family time for that, and I didn't want to do that. My husband's corporate, so he's paid very well, so it made sense that I work part-time and he works full-time. So the family life balance has been pretty good for us over the last few years, but financially the balance has definitely been out. So when I was looking at returning to work, my sister asked me to take a look at this business, and it's not something I saw myself doing. I wasn't passionate about skincare, makeup, running an own business. I'm not qualified to do anything else other than policing, but I was open-minded enough to have a listen, just like you guys are doing tonight. And a couple of things jumped out at me. One, I liked that I could run this however I liked. Groups online like this, one-on-one, which is actually what I've chosen. I've built my business over the last 3.5 years, just meeting up with people, one person at a time, over a coffee or a glass of wine, and showing them what's available to them. The other thing that jumped out at me, obviously, was the flexibility and also the income potential. My girlfriend was earning a 6-figure income, working the same amount of hours I was doing for the police department, and yet she was out earning my corporate husband. So I thought, well, maybe I don't want to give up my day job. In fact, I still work, but maybe I could run this a few hours a week, generate an extra $1,000 a month. That would make a big difference for us. So that was my goal, and I jumped in, not knowing anything about business, network marketing, skincare, and I hit that target 3 months in. So I continued to grow the business. A year into my business, I'd actually exceeded the wage that I would have earned if I went back to work 40 hours a week. So I kept building my business. I kept growing it, and 2 years into my business, I actually doubled my full-time wage. So for me and my family, obviously that was life-changing, and I've now reached the top of the company around my day job, around my kids, and I'm on track to triple my full-time wage this year, which is really exciting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and run you through make sure, I don't know if I've shared my screen properly actually. There we are. That's better. Now I can see you guys. So there we go. Okay, so what I love about this, like I said, you've got flexibility to run it however you like. I choose to catch up with people in a cafe, and I run through this business presentation. This is going to give you an overview of where Arbonne sits in the marketplace. So one of the things you can see down there, we started in the mid-70s. That was important to me. I wanted something with a stable, solid history, I suppose. And given that I work for the government, so do a lot of people in my team, I had to have approval to run this as secondary employment. So that was obviously important to my employer as well. And obviously they've given it the tick of approval. I actually have over 50 police officers in my team. 3 of us are at the top 2 levels, earning six-figure incomes, driving the company cars, and we have a lot more on the way as well, and a lot of other emergency services workers too. So we've been around since the mid-70s, started really as an anti-aging skincare range, launched into America in 1980 from Switzerland as a direct selling network marketing company, and we've just grown from there. So in 2006, the company started to globalise. We're now in 7 markets, which I'll touch on a little bit later, but Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, obviously, Poland, Taiwan, and the USA, and we're actually launching into Germany next year as our second European market, which is really exciting. So like I said, I'll talk about that a bit later, but as we go through the presentation, just have a think about who you might know in those countries, or who you know that knows somebody in those countries. One of the other things that I love about Arbonne is the compensation plan. It's really generous, and I'll go into that in detail in a few slides, but it's also willable. So if something were to happen to me, if I was to fall off my perch, touch wood or I don't, the income from my day job will stop. If I'm not working an hour, I don't get paid an hour. But with Arbonne, what I love about this is that I can build this up. It can continue to grow with or without me, and I can actually will my business to my family, who can will it to their kids, who can will it to their kids, who can will it to their kids. So I'm building an asset whilst I'm building this business, which is really exciting, and it will grow with or without me. We're a member of the Direct Selling Association. I think that's really important to note, and particularly if you're in New Zealand tonight, network marketing is huge in New Zealand, as it is in Australia. There's a lot of companies out there, and a lot of companies choose intentionally not to be voluntary members of the Direct Selling Association, and I think that's something you need to be very wary of. We are a member of that organisation, which governs, I suppose, the network marketing industry, keeps it honest, and that was important to me too. That's a big tick of approval, so we're a member of that in every country that we're in. So it's in social marketing is what we're calling it now, but you might be more familiar with network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it. What I can tell you about this industry right now, it is the fastest growing industry to date. It is also, there are also more self-made millionaires with their own home-based network marketing business than any other industry globally. It's booming for a number of reasons, and I'll outline those in a minute, but all social marketing is, and it's something that you guys, every single one of you on the call, whether you're a consultant right now or not, social marketing is something you do every day. It's word of mouth referrals. So think about if you I needed a plumber. My pipes were blocked the other day. So once upon a time, you'd open the Yellow Pages, or when the internet came along, you'd Google the Yellow Pages. Well, I went straight to Facebook, chose that looking for recommendations function, asked my friends a question, and within 5 minutes I had half a dozen names and numbers, and I got onto a plumber that I trusted because my friend could use them. So, as good as that plumber is, and he was good, I'll refer him to other people, but he's not going to pay me for those referrals. He's not going to pay my friends for those referrals. He might end up getting 100 new customers because a group of us have told each other about him, but none of us are going to get paid or kicked back. So with the social marketing industry, you can get paid for something you're already doing, and that's recommending goods, services to friends and family. So how that works on a very basic level, think about let's talk about skincare for a minute. Think about going into your major department stores and buying some skincare. What you're paying for at the counter are all the middlemen along the way between the manufacturer and the counter that you're standing at. There's all of these people that are going to take a piece of their pie, and we pay for that at the counter. With social marketing, we make our products at Arbonne, and when you order it, we ship it directly to you. It goes to you through the online store of an independent consultant. In my case, I'm the consumer and the consultant. If you were to order something, it would go via your consultant's business, and there are no middlemen. The money that Arbonne save on that really costly process, this is so simple, it goes back into the products to make sure they're good. If this is a business relying on word of mouth advertisements, you can't have an inferior product. It's got to be good if people are going to talk about it. And the rest of the money goes to consultants like me and the other consultants on the call tonight. And we're paid really well for sharing these products with our friends and family, for showing them how they can run an Arbonne business too. It's really simple. So to give you an idea, Arbonne paid out $47 million in commissions, just in retail commissions last year to their consultants, as opposed to paying David Beckham $60 million for endorsing a brand. And then on top of their commissions, they also pay cash bonuses and overrides and things, which I'll explain a little bit later on. So like I said, it's booming right now, and there's a few reasons for that. Being your own boss is appealing to a lot of people, whether you want to keep your day job and have flexibility on the side to earn an income, full-time or part-time. This allows you to do that. You can work anywhere. So I don't work shift anymore, but most of the police officers on my team do. So you can work this in the mornings, you can work it at night, you can work it from anywhere in the world. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and a mobile phone, essentially. I travelled to America last month. I was away for a number of weeks and my business grew while I was away because I could check it on my mobile phone and touch base with my team. It allows you to just have more time freedom, whether that means being present for your family and friends, running your own business, starting a hobby, starting a passion, whatever it is. So a little bit about the products. If you are in New Zealand tonight, these products have sold really, really well there. New Zealand is what I found. You're a lot greener. The Kiwis are a lot greener than the Aussies. You guys are already looking for vegan, gluten-free, botanically based products. So these products sold like hotcakes when we opened up there. With the Arbonne products, we actually combine the best of science and technology and nature to give you a product that's pure and safe, but also delivers results. So like I mentioned, it's all botanically based. We still formulate to the Swiss guidelines. We're very proud of our Swiss heritage, and that just means that you're getting a quality product, where in Switzerland they've banned thousands of chemicals that are still in everyday products on our supermarket shelves in Australia and New Zealand. We're clinically proven to deliver results. If you don't experience the results that we say that you can get with these products, Arbonne have a 45-day money-back guarantee. I love this. You can use our products for 30 days, 40 days, get them back to Arbonne by 45 days and you'll get a full, no questions asked refund. I think that speaks a lot about the integrity that this brand has and obviously the effectiveness of the products. Our return rate globally is less than 1%, so these products do deliver. We're vegan, like I mentioned, so we're a cruelty-free brand. We've never tested on animals, and I think that's really important to people these days, whether they're vegan or not. So like I've mentioned, pure, safe, beneficial, that's been our philosophy since day one. So if you have a glance while I'm chatting, down the bottom there's a long list of ingredients that we formulate without. And these ingredients, the fact that we don't use any of these really does set us apart in the marketplace, because people, you know, savvy consumers are trying to avoid these ingredients. Things like mineral oil, things like parabens or phthalates or sodium lauryl sulfates. So sodium lauryl sulfates are a foaming agent used in shampoo. It's a skin irritant. It's a known allergen. It's been linked to a number of different health issues. It can cause hair loss, eczema, all sorts of things, and it's not good for the environment either. So we're free from that. We're free from mineral oil, which is a byproduct of making petrol. So what the cosmetic companies generally do with mineral oil is use it as a bulk filler. So you can go into the supermarket, you can buy a large bottle of shampoo and it might be $10 or under. 80% of that is mineral oil, which is this petrol waste product. One of the first things I noticed with the Arbonne range when I opened up the catalogue, I thought these products are more expensive and smaller than what I'm already using. How does that work for a budget-conscious mum? But what I can tell you, because we're not bulk filled, we are ultra concentrated. Our products will last you 2 to 3 times longer than anything you buy in the supermarket. A little bit goes a long way. So if you broke it down per usage, this is probably, our product range is probably very similar to what you're spending on products in the supermarket, but obviously ours are a lot healthier. Parabens, phthalates, I've mentioned those. Synthetic preservatives, both linked to cancers. Do your Googles on those ones and you'll see what I mean. But this is stuff that companies are marketing if they're paraben free because people don't want to use these ingredients on their skin. So super, super clean products. And I think one of the things that I love about all of that, a lot of those things are buzzwords. A lot of that stuff's just coming about now. But we have been free from all of that stuff since day one, well before it was trendy and cool to be and marketable to be green. So there is a lot of integrity behind this brand. So this slide, I want you to just scan your eyes over these products. Even if you're not a product person, there'd be stuff that you're using every single day. Every single one of you on this call is buying products from this range monthly. Things like toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo and conditioner, cosmetics for women, and men are starting to use cosmetics now as well. Hand wash every time you go to the bathroom. Body wash, beautiful, incredible fake tan product. It doesn't smell, it's chemical free, it develops within 2 hours and it doesn't transfer. If you're a man on the call tonight, your eyes probably just glazed over, but that's exciting news to all the ladies on the call. We have skincare for babies, for teens, for acne, and anti-aging is what we do best. It's our flagship range. And then, of course, we've got this incredible nutrition range, which has really taken off in New Zealand. We have a lot of PTs, our consultants within our team, and they were spending big dollars on clean, green protein shakes and exercise supplements prior to Arbonne. When we launched into New Zealand, I think the thing that blew them away most is that all of these products were things that ticked all the boxes of the products they were already using, but ours actually tasted great. So you don't have to sacrifice taste to have a great protein shake, energy drinks, detox teas, or some pre and post workouts. We've got a lot of triathletes in our team that swear by this stuff. We've had one triathlete actually lives in country Victoria here in Oz, semi-professional triathlete, noticed such a big difference between the previous race and her post-Arbonne stuff. She did a triathlon in Queensland last month, and she's been invited to actually go and compete in Hawaii, and she puts that down to the Arbonne product. So this stuff is as good as really does deliver results. So all of those things that I've just mentioned to you, you're using stuff like this anyway. We're not asking you to change your habits. We're suggesting to you there's a safe, natural product out there that you can use, products that you're buying anyway, and you can either save money on them, or I can show you actually how to make money by becoming an Arbonne consultant and buying these for yourself and sharing them with other people. So why would you want to do that? One of the main reasons that network marketing is booming right now is because there's 4 generations in the workforce right now that are all wanting more. We're all time poor. We're all wanting more financial freedom. Baby boomers can't afford to retire. They're also looking for health and wellness and anti-aging products, so that's the big tick for them. Gen Ys are graduating from university. Jobs are scarce because technology is changing, and baby boomers are still in the workforce. They can't afford to retire until they're 70. So, Gen Ys are looking for a supplementary income whilst they build their careers. They're also big online shoppers. Gen X, that's my generation, the 30s and 40s. We are the biggest online shoppers out of all the demographics, and we want it all. We want a 6-figure income. We're not afraid to work for it, but we want to work part-time, whether we have a family or a passion or travel goals. We want to work when we want to work. So this is a big tick for us, and we were the first label readers as well. So we're a very green generation. And the millennials, they're graduating, or the Gen Zs, they're coming out of university or finishing high school, and they don't even want a job. They want to be entrepreneurs. They're seeing people build businesses on Instagram and YouTube. Kardashians are a classic example. These are the celebrities that the Gen Zs are modelling themselves off. They want a transient lifestyle. So this is a really good fit because, like I said, you can run it from anywhere in the world. You can be an entrepreneur with Arbonne at a really, really low startup cost. You can work it as much or as little as you like, and your paycheck will reflect the work that you put in. One of the biggest reasons that you should look at Arbonne is the fact that I've already mentioned the products. The products are consumable. So what that means is that they run out. Everyone you know is buying this stuff. It runs out, they reorder. It runs out, they reorder. This is not a product that if money was tight, people are going to sacrifice. If people lose their jobs, if something happens in the economy, we're always going to brush our teeth, we're always going to wash our body, we're always going to wear deodorant. This is such a clever product to base a business around because everybody's using them. So social marketing, like I said, it's booming, and the internet really is, I guess, the most significant factor there. We now have a global marketplace. People used to worry with a business like this, I don't know enough people. But you grow a business, it doesn't matter how many people or how few people you know, because all you have to do is look at your Facebook friends list. Your network's just not the people you hang out with. It's your friends and their friends and the friends of those friends. We have such a wide reach now, and everybody we know is shopping online. And you guys in New Zealand, you spend double the money on overseas retail that Aussies spend. So you guys are big online shoppers anyway. So you're already using social media. You're already shopping online. You're building relationships with people. That's exactly what we do at Arbonne. So it's nothing different. And tonight's a perfect example of how technology works for you in the business. So there's a lot of information tonight, but really don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink this business. This is what we do. This is what you would do. The first thing you do is you would stop buying your products in the retail store, the supermarket, the pharmacy, the department store. Start buying from Arbonne. Start shopping in your own online store. And once you reach the first level of management, you start getting a commission for the products that you buy for yourself. So you can make money pretty much straight away, and then show other people how to redirect their spend to Arbonne. And they can support your business or they can start their own business. And by sharing the products and the business with other people, you can create an incredible income, bring in some part-time money, whatever suits you. So this is the anti-aging range. This has recently been relaunched last month, actually. Prior to that, our previous anti-aging range we had for 7 years, and that won a lot of industry awards. It outranked in a lot of different categories some of the leading department store anti-aging products. Despite that, Arbonne have spent 3 years reformulating it so we can be cleaner and more efficient. 100% of people that tested this product actually noticed a result in a change in their fine lines, their wrinkles, their skin elasticity. A lot of information there. The reason I'm telling you this is because how I've grown my business, like I said, I catch up with people, show them how they can redirect their spending on products they're buying anyway, and then I give them a product experience, and I generally give them this because of all of the reasons I've just mentioned. They will, within 24 hours, notice a change in their own skin. So while they're mulling over my business opportunity, they're actually experiencing the quality behind this brand. We would then catch up 2 to 3 days later for a 10-minute coffee, and I said, what do you think? What do you think of the business? Is this a brand you want to switch to? Is this something you want to share with people? And people will either say yes, they'll jump in and get started, or they might not want to grow a business, but they want to buy the product. So I can set them up as a retail customer and help them shop at a discount. So everybody's business starts the same way. We start as a team of one. So if you're looking for more time freedom, financial freedom, travel opportunities, whatever it is for you, think about people in your life that are looking for the same things. think about people that you know that you want to work with, you've always wanted to be in business with, you love hanging out with, you'd love to travel with, who are already successful, entrepreneurial, might be interested in this. Think of those people, and that's who you share the business with first. And we help you do that. You don't do this by yourself. That's why I'm hosting this call tonight. I've been in the business for a few years now. So you share the business with the people that you know. Some will start a business, some will just buy products from you. But over time, as you help your team grow their own networks, your organisation grows. So we don't get paid to recruit people, but the more people you have in your organisation, obviously the more product is being consumed, and we get paid based on how much product is moving through our business. So to give you an idea, I have 8 people direct to me growing an Arbonne business right now. I have lots of retail customers as well, but 8 people who have all got their own teams, who have their own teams. So we have, I think we're getting close to 500 now, consultants that are running Arbonne businesses that are connected to me. And I just started as a team of 1, and I don't know everybody in my team. So that's how it works. And all of those faces you see there are consultants within our team, lots of different backgrounds and experiences. So this is an example of the earning potential. And I just want to point out, these are the Aussie averages from last year. We don't have the Kiwi ones yet. Obviously, we're just celebrating our first year there. So I'll talk in Australian dollars, and I'm happy to share my experience too. So very simple compensation plan. If you're looking at other opportunities, this is what will set us apart. Only 4 levels of management. Some companies have a lot more, or most companies have a lot more, and we're not restricted in any way by how many people we can introduce or how much money we can earn. So it's uncapped, which is very unique to Arbonne as well. 4 management levels. First level of management is a district manager. At that level, you start earning that commission on your own spend and also what your team's doing. Average time to get there is 5 months in Australia, but within our team, generally we get everybody there within the first 90 days. That's certainly our goal when we get you started. And the monthly income, these are Australian averages. The lowest and the highest are averages as well. Just over $300 a month. So what that's going to do is pay for your products. So from month 1, you're essentially getting your products for free if you get to work straight away. And most people, honestly, are looking for an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. That starts to make a difference in your budget. So you can expect to earn, in my experience, anywhere between a couple of hundred to up to $2,000. I know that says the highest there's $1,300, but my highest check was $1,800, just to give you an idea. Area manager is the second level of management. It took me 10 months to get to that level, but I've had consultants in my team do it in 6 months, 4 months, 3 months. The other thing I want to point out is that you can promote to those levels before the person that introduced you. So this is not a traditional pyramid shape by any means. This is a business where you can start with the person that introduced you, and you can get to these levels before they do. I had a number of area managers in my team before I was one myself, because I was very clear on the hours I wanted to work. It was part-time for me, 5 hours a week, right up until that 3rd level of management. So your average monthly income at this stage, that's $1,600 a month. That's an average. My highest was 6.5, just to give you an idea. But start to have a think about, you can create in very part-time hours, an additional $20,000 over the course of the year for you or your family with this business at that level. So, what would an extra $20,000 in your pocket, what would that mean to you? Is that the car? Is that the house? Is it the holiday? What could you do with an extra, couple of $1,000s a month? The 3rd level of management, and we have area managers in New Zealand as well in our team, which is really exciting. The 3rd level of management is a regional vice president. So this is where, for your efforts, we have a car program that you can choose to opt into. I certainly did. We've been affiliated with Mercedes since day 1. So I had to organise my Merc, and Arbonne pay me a car allowance every month on top of my commission. So my car allowance in Australia is $1,100 a month. I can't remember the exact New Zealand, it might be 900, but I'd have to check that for you. But in Australia, it's $1,100 a month. So, you know, with your commissions, the average is just over $6,000, nearly $7,000, plus your car allowance. That's an $80,000 income stream. So I have 4 VPs in my team, myself as a national vice president, and I have 3 regional vice presidents. 2 of them are police officers who were both working full-time as detectives when they got to this level, and then were able to drop hours and go part-time. And our other regional vice president was a small business, or medium-sized business owner. And the 3 of them, it took me 2 years to become a regional vice president because I was working about 5 hours a week. But the 3 of them all tipped in more hours, even the girls that were working full-time, because they saw the potential in this. But the 3 VPs in my team all did that within a year, just to give you an idea. My highest check at that level was over double the average monthly amount there. So that starts to become life-changing, obviously. I'm a national vice president. That means I qualify for the MVP Mercedes cash bonus, which is $1,400 in Australia, for, you know, having a business at that level. So the $1,100 at RVP fully paid for my Mercedes. So that was a no-brainer for me. I wasn't so much excited about the Mercedes, but I was excited that I was losing a car that had a car load attached. That was really nice. So it took me 3 years to become a national vice president. We have the team that I'm a part of. There's 7 national vice presidents, and we've all done that in under 3 years. The average monthly income in Australia for an MVP is just under $19,000. So, you know, expect to earn multiple 6 figures at this level. And think about, I still work part-time and have a great work-life balance. My day today, I worked 2 days, my day job, the last 2 days. I had a meeting last night, that was fine. And then my day today, I got up, I dropped my kids at school, I went to the gym, I really just swanned around, came home, made a few calls, picked up my kids from school, and then my 2 hours for today is a Zoom now with you guys, and I'm doing another one in a couple of hours. So that's what I do to earn the money that I earn as a national vice president. Very achievable. If you work this business will work. Global business opportunities. So I mentioned the countries we're in earlier. You can see them all up the top here. What this means for you is that you can have customers or you can have business owners in any of those countries that we're a part of. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh God, I don't know anyone outside New Zealand, or I don't know anyone outside of Melbourne, wherever you are. I didn't know anybody in New Zealand. And yet here I am doing a Zoom presentation because I've got a large team growing in New Zealand, because people in my network knew someone that knew someone that knew someone in New Zealand, and we now have a Kiwi team, which is really exciting. So what that means is that this business is recession proof, because people across the globe are brushing their teeth, they're using deodorant, regardless of what happens in their economy. But, you know, whilst one's in summer, one's in winter, whilst one's on school holidays, one's not. It's a really recession proof business. So like I said, my job tonight is to share this with you, and it's your job to decide where you fit. You can only buy Arbonne products through a consultant. If the business isn't for you or you're not ready to make a decision yet, host an event for the consultant that asked you to jump on. That's a great way to get yourself some freebies and some 80% discounted products, and just help that person out that's asked you to jump on. They've obviously asked you to jump on tonight because they think there could potentially be something in this for you, whether it is the products or the business. So that's a great place to start. Preferred client and client programs. So one of the things I love about this is Arbonne make it really easy for us to entice people to shop in our store if you are considering a business. We have a great loyalty program that we call our preferred client program. So for those that just want to buy a couple of items, they'll shop as a client and spend full recommended retail price. But for those that want to shop on a regular basis, a small membership fee, I think it's $31 off the top of my head in New Zealand, it's $27 in Australia. You get a 20 to 40% off all year round. You can qualify for free shipping, reward dollars, spend and save discounts, last month for our preferred clients, they could shop at get a goodie bag at 80% off for $300 worth of stuff. So you're really looked after. If you want to shop at that discount as a preferred client, you can shop online anytime you like. And then tonight we're discussing the business. So for $105 in Australia, $121 in New Zealand, you can register a consultancy with Arbonne. And then if you're wanting, and that gets you a great corporate discount as well, 35 to 80% off. You can obviously then tap into the business opportunity. If you are wanting to create an income, you need to buy some products to start your business. So, myself, the 7 other MVPs in our team, we're all earning 6-figure incomes from a business that we started by purchasing some products that we wanted to use ourselves, purchasing products that we wanted to share with other people, and those businesses have grown over time. So such a low startup for such a big return, less than the price of my laptop. I started my business 3.5 years ago and I haven't looked back. So, we tailor business startup orders for you depending on how you want to grow your business, what method you want to use. I knew I wanted to share it one at a time. So I bought 5 bags of skincare, 1 to use myself, 4 to share, and some products to fill my bathroom up. So pretty easy to get started. And there's no risk. If you decide, or if life gets in the way for a little while and you want to put Arbonne on the shelf for a bit, you can use the products. You're using them anyway. So there really is no risk. And this is the last slide. I really love this slide. Dream big. I mean, I don't really have to say much more than that, but just cast your eyes to that second dot point and read that and think about that. If you keep doing what you are doing, where will you be in 5 years' time? And I really do want you to think about that. For me, 3.5 years ago, I actually thought my life was pretty good. And I got a bit defensive when my girlfriend asked me that. I thought, oh, here we go. She's pitching me this opportunity, but she's wrong. My life's pretty good. But when I drove home, I realised that, my life's pretty good. And in 5 years' time, it would be pretty good as well. But her life was amazing. She was travelling the globe. She was earning multiple 6 figures. Her just complete lifestyle had changed. She was driving this Mercedes. I thought, well, why can't I have an amazing life? I can do this too. So have a think about what your 5-year plan is. And if anything at all resonated with you tonight, don't worry about what if this didn't work for me, because I'm here to tell you Arbonne works. We've been around for, nearly 40 years. The business works if you work it. So ask yourself instead, well, what if this did work for me? And particularly if you're in New Zealand right now, momentum has started. So this is a perfect time in New Zealand to start a business with this company. And particularly, we're launching into Germany, one of the largest consumer markets globally, 4th largest direct selling industry globally. This is such a good time. So I just want to finish up by saying a few things, I guess, that held me back initially, and most people find they have the same feelings. I was worried I wouldn't have time for this. What I didn't have time for was a hobby business, which I thought this was before I heard the business opportunity. But what I did have time for was an income, like a proper income. So I did carve out pockets of time, half hour here, 40 minutes there, to build up to that 5 hours, and I've created an incredible income through that. So you don't need a lot of time. People worry about, I don't have the money to buy products to get started. If that's you, in 5 years' time, do you want to be in the same position? Because this is a vehicle that can, you won't be scratching around for a couple of $100 or a couple of $1,000 or whatever it is you want to spend your money on. If money's tight, this is one of the top reasons that people start an Arbonne business. You don't need to know a lot of people. I've already touched on that. You need to know a few, and sometimes it's the people that you meet through Arbonne or, in your everyday life that actually end up in your business. And one of the most rewarding things for me, I joined the police force nearly 20 years ago to help people. and I've worked in some pretty interesting places, that's for sure. But what I can tell you about this business in the last 3.5 years, I feel like I've actually helped more people with this business opportunity than I have in my entire career. It's nice to have a big fat paycheck at the end of the month, but it's incredibly rewarding to have somebody in your team ring and say, Rach, I just earned $1,000, or I just earned $10,000. You know, we can buy a house now. This is the sort of conversations I have with people, and it's the best feeling in the world. So it doesn't need to be about you. This is, you know, what this could do for people that you know. So that's the end of the presentation. I really appreciate you guys having a listen. There's no questions typed in the chat function yet. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. If there's anything that stuck out for you during the presentation, please type away. And if you've got a question, chances are other people have the same question as well. Or if you want to unmute, I can actually change that. So you can actually unmute yourself and ask a question if you want to. So I'll give you guys another minute. So we've got people, we've got New Zealand and Australia on tonight, which is really cool. And cats. Any cool cat can do this business. Okay, so no questions. So yes. Okay, Sue, you're a consultant. We can have a chat about that and where to find the slides. We will guide you to that. Send me a private message after the call and I'll point you in the right direction. So thank you for that question. But if we've got no other questions, we'll finish it up there. Sue, send me a PM. Thank you, everybody, for sharing a bit of your evening with me, and have a fabulous rest of the night. And hopefully we'll see you in Abundance soon. So thank you. Bye.